Hello, dear students. Welcome to the video lecture session on induction motor drives. Okay, it is under Module 3, continuation of Module 3, Part 6. So, today I am going to discuss the speed control technique, stator voltage control. So, here the speed of an induction motor can be controlled by varying the stator voltage. By reducing stator voltage control of induction motor, speed of a high slip induction motor can be reduced by an amount which is sufficient for the speed control of some fan and pump drives. Okay. So I will discuss here that why it is only suitable for fan and pump drives. Okay. Let us analyze the speed torque characteristics plotted here of an induction motor. So here this is the figure shows speed torque characteristics. Now this is the speed and torque. So here the voltage V and V dash. Okay, two voltages are taken in consideration. Okay, so assume that this is a 440 volt and this is, say, it is less than this one, say 300 or 350 volt. So what it will be happens with help of reducing the voltage, the speed of any induction motor can change, means we can reduce, but the same times the torque capability will be reduces. Okay, torque capability will be reduces. Hence, so the stator voltage control is used where the torque demand is not required. Okay, so only hence it will be suitable for fan and pump drives. Okay, so here I conclude the stator voltage control, the reduce the speed for the same current motor develops lower torque. Okay, consequently method is suitable for application where torque demand reduces with speed. Okay, so such cases, such examples are fan and pump drives. Okay, now if you are looking to this torque equation, the basic equation of torque, which it is already I discussed in the equivalent circuit diagram of an induction motor. Okay, so here if you are looking to this equation, the okay, so this is the equation of torque as already I discussed in the previous video lecture when I am discussing the equivalent circuit of an induction motor. Okay, so here what it indicates here, the torque equation is, the torque is proportional to the voltage square. Okay, so what it will be happens, it is directly proportional to the voltage square. Hence the if you are reducing the voltage, the torque will be reduces, and current is proportional to the voltage, so the current is proportional to the voltage, hence the capability of torque will be reduces. Okay, hence this stator voltage control of any induction motor, the speed control of any induction motor varying the stator voltage will be suitable for fan and pump drives. Okay, so now let us discuss about the efficiency. If the losses are ignored, then the equation of power transfer to the rotor, this is also I have taken from the equivalent circuit diagram. Okay, the power transfer to the rotor, air gap power Pg, and electrical power converted into mechanical power, that is Pm. Okay, the efficiency is the ratio of Pm over Pg. Okay, so here if you are looking to this efficiency equation, so what it shows, the efficiency falls with decreasing in speed. I repeat here, the efficiency will be falls with decreasing in speed. The speed control is essentially obtained by dissipating a portion of rotor input power in rotor resistance. Okay, so hence the efficiency is not only low, also the power dissipation occurs in the rotor itself. So what it will be happens when the power dissipation occurs in the rotor, the it overheat the rotor. Okay, because of these reasons, these drives are employed only for fan and pumps drives of low power rating and for narrow speed range. So here I conclude the stator voltage control of any induction motor. To change the speed, only we can use where the torque demands are not required. What it will be happens if you are going to change, the speed, if you are going to change the speed by reducing the voltage, the torque will be reduces. Okay. Now next bit, how we are achieving this variable voltage. Okay, so here the figure it will be shows the track they are used for single phase induction motor, single phase induction motor. The track module is used, whereas three phase induction motor, because three phase are there, R, Y, B. Okay, so here two thyristors are connected in anti-parallel mode. It's nothing but track itself. Okay, so here if you are using these modules called track module or anti-parallel connected thyristors. Okay, so if we are varying the firing angle of the thyristors, so what it will be happens, the input voltage to stator we can vary. Okay, and also the stator voltage control of induction motor, both single and three phase, allows a stepless control of voltage from its zero value. They are also used for soft start of motor. So here it the voltage variation it will be gives from its zero value. Okay, and starting of induction motor also we are using these techniques. Okay, so here I conclude that by using the triac modules or anti-parallel connected thyristor module, we can vary the firing angle. So hence the input voltage to stator we can vary. So next bit of discussion is the variable frequency control of induction motor drives. Okay, so let us have a glance what is the variable frequency control of induction motor drive. So here this speed of any induction motor can be controlled by varying the supply frequency. Okay. So voltage induced in a stator is proportional to the product of supply frequency and air gap flux. Okay. I repeat, the speed can be controlled by varying the supply frequency. So here the voltage induced in stator is proportional to the product of supply frequency and air gap flux. Okay, so if we are neglecting the drop, then terminal voltage can be considered proportional to the product of frequency and flux. So here in reduction in the supply frequency without a change in the terminal voltage. I repeat here, we are reducing the frequency without changing the terminal voltage, causes any increase in the air gap flux. Okay, so here the air gap flux will be increases as the frequency decreases and keeping the terminal voltage constant. Okay, so what it will be happens if the air gap flux will be increased. So usually what it is that the induction motors are designed to operate the knee point of magnetization. Okay, so to utilize the maximum the magnetic material, the full use of the magnetic material, they are using the knee point of magnetization. We can't go for beyond that value. I repeat here, the air gap flux is what it is that we can't go for beyond that one. So what it will be happens if therefore the increase in flux will saturate the motor. Okay, so here this will increase the magnetizing current, distort the line current and voltage increase the core loss and stator copper loss and produce a high pitch acoustic noise. Okay, so here I conclude, if we are reducing the frequency, okay, keeping the terminal voltage constant, means we are not varying the terminal voltage, we are varying the frequency. Varying in sense, here we are decreasing the frequency. What will be happens? So the air gap flux also increases. Here we can't go for the beyond the air gap flux, because already the machine is designed for knee point of magnetization. If you are going above this air gap flux, the saturate the motor. Okay, flux will saturate the motor. Okay. So due to this, the problems will be arise, such as the increase in the magnetizing current, distort the line current and voltage, increase the core loss and the stator copper loss, and produce high pitch acoustic noise. Okay. So here, as already I have discussed, so the flux beyond the rated value is undesirable from the consideration of saturation effect. So we can't go for the beyond the rated value of flux. Okay, so a decrease in flux is also avoided to retain the torque capability of the motor. In other hand, what will be happens, if you are decreasing in flux, will be avoided. Also we should avoid. Otherwise, what it will be happens, the torque capability of the motor will be reduces. Okay, hence what we are doing here, the variable frequency control of induction motor drive below the rated frequency is generally carried out at rated air gap flux by varying the terminal voltage with frequency so as to maintain V by F ratio constant. I repeat here, to achieve the speed control, okay, with torque capability. In generalized sentence, I'm speaking here, to get a torque capability. Okay, so what we are doing here, we are varying in such a manner that maintaining the V by F ratio constant at the rated value. Okay, so this is the equation Tmax from the equivalent circuit diagram. Okay, so now the equation will be modified here. Okay, so where Ls and Lr dash are the respectively the stator and stator rotor inductance. Okay, and here in this equation, positive and the negative it will be mentioned. Okay, positive sign for motoring operation and negative sign is for braking operation. So V by F control can be used for both operations. Both operation means the motoring operation as well as braking operation. Okay, so this equation can be found if the frequency is not low. Okay. So now the how we are obtaining the V by F, varying the V by F, and how we are achieving the speed control, I am going to discuss now. So this is one characteristics is plotted here, variable frequency control. Okay, one is first. Okay, first one is figure A, voltage and frequency relation. Voltage and frequency relation. So what we are doing here, okay, so what you are doing here, this is our base frequency. The till base frequency, we are varying the voltage, okay, and frequency. Okay, I repeat here, the at any base frequency we are varying the voltage and frequency. Okay, at above the base frequency, at any base frequency we can say in this. Okay, so what we are doing, we are keeping the voltage constant, and we are varying the frequency. Once again I will show you. Okay, so below base, just a minute, below base or up to the base frequency, we can say the frequency and voltage V by F we are varying. This is the first point, please note it. And the second important point is, above the base frequency, the voltage is kept constant, and if you are looking to this, the voltage is kept constant and frequency is varied. Okay, I hope this is the V voltage and frequency relation. Now this figure, okay, so the figure B here, it will be plotted, okay, speed versus torque. Okay, so this is, we can see here the motoring operation. Okay, so negative torque is nothing but the braking operation, we can say. Okay, so here if you are looking to this from the 0 to the synchronous speed, means the base speed, we can say the maximum speed, okay, omega ms. Okay, so here if you are observing the torque in both motoring and braking, the maximum torque you are getting. For an example, see here the 100 rpm in this, 200 rpm, 3, 400. So in all the range from the 0 to the maximum speed, the what it is synchronous speed, you can say. So till that we will get the torque will be maximum both. I repeat here that torque maximum, positive side means motoring we can consider, and this is for braking. Okay, so the both the cases we are getting the torque maximum at any speed from 0 to synchronous speed. Okay, so a given torque is obtained with a lower current when the operation at any frequency is restricted between the synchronous speed and the maximum torque point, both for motoring and braking operation. Therefore, the motor operation for each frequency is restricted between the synchronous speed and the maximum torque point. So, if you are seeing here the maximum torque point, okay, okay. So here the maximum torque point we will get in the both the cases. I conclude here. Okay, so here we will list out the which are the features by V by F method. So the variable frequency control of induction motor drive provides good running and transient performance because of the following features. Okay, so the first one is the speed control. Just a moment. Okay, so the first one is speed control and braking operation are available from 0 speed to above base speed, as already I have discussed. So from the 0 to the synchronous speed, above base speed, we can say. So we will get the braking operation are available. Okay, so it's better I will go and I will show you the the speed control and braking operation are available from 0 speed to above base speed. 0 speed to the, here in this figure, 0 speed to the, so above base speed also there will be what it is, the control is possible. Okay, both speed control and braking operation. Speed control, if you want to control the speed, or braking operation, both we can achieve. This is the first feature of variable frequency control of induction motor. Second one, during transients are starting, braking and speed reversal, the operation can be carried out at the maximum torque with reduced current, giving good dynamic response. Okay, this is the another one feature of variable frequency control of any induction motor. Okay, so here what it is that if you are going for the starting or braking and speed reversal, the operation can be carried out at the maximum torque. This is the very important. We can't achieve with help of the stator voltage control. The torque it will be less. Okay, if you are going for to reduce the to change the speed of any induction motor, if you are reducing the voltage in stator voltage control, so what it will be happens, the torque capability will be reduces. But here in this variable frequency control, even though the transient, during the transient operations, starting, braking and speed reversal, so what it will be, we can carry it out at the maximum torque. Okay, So this is, you should be remember, please note it, carried out at the maximum torque with reduced current giving good dynamic response. So hence the dynamic response is very good in this variable frequency control. Okay. Next one is the copper losses are low and efficiency and power factor are high as the operation is restricted between the synchronous speed and maximum torque point at all frequencies. Okay. Then last one is drop in speed from no load to full load is small. So there is a less drop in the speed from no load to full load is okay. It means what? When you are fully loaded also the drop is less. Okay. So the block diagram, this figure, it shows the block diagram of variable frequency control of induction motor drive. So how it will be achieved? So far we have discussed the only that how you are varying the voltage and voltage. So far I discussed about the voltage and frequency variations. Okay. So in this flux control we are discussed, right? So now this we are applying to a one induction motor. Okay. So here this is VF Vs. Okay. So VF Vs is nothing but variable frequency, variable voltage source. I repeat here, variable frequency, variable voltage source, variable voltage source, variable frequency, variable voltage source. Okay. So here the motor is fed from a variable frequency, variable voltage source. The supply is given to this one, and this is our induction motor. Okay. So now the here the V star and F star. Okay. So this and this voltage and frequency command for VF Vs. So these are the command for voltage, variable frequency, variable voltage source. This it will be command for these two. Okay. How we are got from this means we are taking from this flux control. So this is the very important point. Please note it. Flux control block. I put here once again figure here. Okay. So its function is here. Its function is here. Already I have discussed. Okay. So the till the base frequency, voltage and frequency are varied. At any base frequency, the voltage it will be kept constant, voltage is kept constant and frequency is varied. This is the function of this flux control. Okay, so this is the necessary, as already I have discussed about the air gap flux. Okay, air gap flux it will be maintaining the constant. Okay, it will not go beyond the above the rated, and also it will not goes to the below the rated. If it is goes to the above the rated air gap flux, it will be goes above the rated flux. What it will be happens? The saturation it will be occur. And if it will be goes below the rated flux, air gap flux, what it will be happens? The torque capability will lose. So hence this flux control block will be provides. It will be check these conditions, or we can say the checks its relations between V and F. Okay. I hope it is clear now. So next flux control blocks produce a voltage command V star and for VF Vs in order to maintain the relation. Okay, the relation between V and F. Okay. So now the reference frequency F star is changed to control the speed. So here it will be F star is used to control the speed. Okay, and one delay delay circuit is introduced between, just a moment, okay, between F star and Fr. Okay, so what it will be the functioning of this, thus it will be restricting the motor operation for each frequency between synchronous speed and the maximum torque point. Okay, so it will be changed only slowly. Okay, so the delay, what it will be happens due to this delay, change only slowly so that motor speed can track changes in F star. Okay, so it will be tracks the reference. Okay, so change F star will be changed only slowly so that motor speed can track changes in F star. Okay, so this is the explanation about this block diagram of variable frequency control. Okay, so here variable frequency, variable voltage source. Okay, VF VS can be voltage source inverter or cycloconverter. Okay, I repeat here, this VF VS are inverter or cycloconverter. Okay, all these explanations are here. Okay, so now okay, this is the last slide. Okay, with this today's lecturing session on the speed control of an induction motor with stator voltage control and variable frequency control I have discussed. Okay, so with this I conclude this session. Okay, thank you, have a nice day.